Hey yos, welcome to my new channel, Lloyd Anderson Alt History. So today we're going to talk about flooded Earth. So I'll set up the situation and what's going on, and then we'll make further videos to show our conflicts, stuff like that. Please subscribe and like, push it down there if you want to support me. Don't push it if you don't want to support me, I really don't care. Yes, I do. Alright, so let's start talking. How did this happen? Why are we here? You know, the worst of humanity, all that stuff. We'll say global warming, but global warming can't do this bad. Global warming is bad, but it's not this bad. Okay, so global warming flooded most of the stuff, but all the ice caps are melted, like we got up here, a little Greenland, Iceland. There's no ice on any of them. The Arctic is gone, so is Antarctica down here. So we'll just say that. That's not the worst flooding, but I'm going to add a whole nother theory to this. I'm going to say there's a water-filled asteroid, that ice in it, and a whole cloud of them, a whole bunch of little asteroids started hitting Earth, filling up with water, flooded it, rose it by like, I don't know, 800 meters or something like that. A whole bunch of water added onto the planet already, so now we lost a whole bunch of cities, a whole bunch of people. India's on its own, it's a little island. Japan's almost gone, they lost all their Tokyo regions. The entire east coast is gone, and the south with the U.S., Florida. That would have been gone just with the global warming. And they only had a couple months to evacuate until most of these high population areas are gone, so a whole bunch of people die, there's not many people left, and there's no food to feed those people. So I'm just going to save and clear this board. Okay, let's start out. We're going to talk about from the west side of the map to the east side, so we'll start in America. So what I was thinking is that maybe America, the west coast, all the east coast people either stayed here on the east coast right here and formed with Ontario, stuff like that, and formed their own little continent. We'll call that East America, and all the people that didn't want to go to East America, they moved on to West America, which includes Alberta, Alberta, Canada, and Alaska and all that stuff, which has oil. They got food from this area right here, this region right here. Eastern Colorado, Kansas, and the little part of Texas that they still have. They probably even have El Paso. The map's not that high quality. So they got those producing regions. They got natural gas from Colorado and Alberta and oil, and they also got a whole bunch of refineries. California, the entire valley there, Sacramento and San Francisco, all that stuff is underwater. It might still, you can see that little Pensacola right there, which might be what's left of San Francisco, but we're just going to say most of the city's underwater, all that stuff, and that entire food-producing region is gone right there. So we lost a whole bunch of food there. Most of the place is desert, this entire thing. The new capital would probably either be Denver, which is a massive population. The mountains got high-tech soldiers, food on one side, oil on the other with timber and stuff. But it might also be Portland, because it's Portland or Seattle, due to Canada being part of this, Canada. And Seattle is a good place. It's a little higher up. It's in between. It's still low. It would lose a lot of the city. And it's got a whole bunch of trade routes because it can trade with the rest of the world. So I'm just going to say Denver right now. And the biggest cities will probably be Portland and Seattle if they're still there. We might even get some Vancouver, but I'm pretty sure that's mostly underwater. It's kind of lower, I believe. And then let's move on to Mexico. Mexico would probably, I'm just going to say Yucatan right here. This is probably from the Yucatan Peninsula and all that stuff. All the people would move there and stuff like that. And then Mexico would probably stay a union or even join the West States. We'll just call it the Western Union, which includes all this stuff. We're just going to make it easier for ourselves. Make West U.S. and East America. West America and East America. The East would probably be becoming the USA, and this would just become the Western Union. Because it's got Mexico and all that stuff. Western Union, we'll just write that right there. Those are our two empires in North America, and actually I forgot one. We're going to go back to Greenland. Greenland and these islands up here, these are all, and Iceland too, are all going to be part of a new empire. We're just going to call it the Northern Empire. And that's because global warming disappeared all the glaciers. Glaciers bring rich minerals, so it's good farmland. Now it's hotter, there's more water, you can grow food there, and people can move there. They're mostly Americans and Canadians. There's not really that many British and Europeans. Sure, they could have. They probably just moved to, like, what's left, Norway and Sweden. And Germany and all that, they all moved there. But it's mostly American because of our ships. We're closer proximity. We can move more people there at the time. And we just filled it up, you know. Reykjavik would probably be the capital there. It's already established. It's got, I believe there is some oil. Most of the power would be geothermal, though. So it's a renewable power source. It doesn't got that much military, but I bet the U.S. would move some resources up there. It would have close cultural ties to the East America, while West America would I'm going to probably make them go to civil war against each other. I'm going to say U.S. will try to recombine them. So let's get rid of North America, save and clear that. And let's get on to South America. South America is going to be a lot worse. They lost the entire Amazon rainforest, lost all their rivers. Only thing left are Chile's mountains, Chile. Argentina's gone, and what's left of Brazil, Mato Grosso and everything is an island right now. So we're just going to say the island of Brazil, what's left of it, we'll call it New Brazil. New Brazil, it's an island. It will have some food, but it doesn't have enough to trade. It'll probably have a population, I don't know. Who's ever left? I'll say 40 million right now, but I'll make it even more advanced later in the videos. Then we got some little islands, what's left of Venezuela, stuff like that. We'll just combine these. This will be the free territory. We'll actually create a couple free territories where there'll be a whole union together. We'll probably do it like the Pacific Islands, the Pacific Rim Islands. Hawaii might even join them if we get there. Stuff like that. So that's the free territory, and then it'll probably be split between Peru and Chile. So at the bottom will be Chile, or what's called the United South America, and then Peru up here. Peru, I wouldn't say Colombia, because Colombia lost all its major cities, Bogota and all that stuff. Peru still, I believe, its city's not underwater, so it's still got that. It's got a large military. Ecuador will be taken over. They're already planning on invading Ecuador and that. And I don't really think they care about invading Chile, so they'd probably just create a standstill, agree to make a border. And there's your South America. We got the free territory, those two little islands, what's left of Venezuela, and the little countries that were invaded by Portugal and stuff like that. I'm thinking Africa right now, but I'll think of it later. New Brazil and Chile and Peru. So let's move on. So let me get rid of this board. We're going to talk about